Aquatic systems cover nearly 75% of the Earth's surface, in both saltwater and freshwater. They house numerous species of plants and animals, both small and large.
Aquatic systems are home to many animals. This includes amphibians, fish, birds, reptiles, mammals, and insects.
Aquatic systems are also home to many types of vegetation. This includes flora.
The types of animals and vegetation that live in an aquatic system vary depending on whether it is freshwater or saltwater.
Freshwater aquatic systems.
Streams, lakes, ponds, rivers, and wetlands are all examples of freshwater aquatic systems. Freshwater habitats like ponds and lakes have limited species diversity since they are often isolated from each other and other water sources.
Some examples of organisms that live in freshwater habitats are milfoil, catfish, dragonflies, frogs, sunfish, and lilypads.
Saltwater aquatic systems.
Oceans, coral reefs, and estuaries are examples of saltwater aquatic systems.
Estuaries are areas where freshwater streams or rivers merge with the ocean. This mixing of waters with such different salt concentrations creates a very interesting and unique ecosystem.
Some examples of organisms that live in saltwater ecosystems are coral, seahorses, anemones, seaweed, sharks, and marine fish.
Commensalism is when a smaller organism benefits from a larger organism who is unaffected. An example of this would be a whale and a barnacle. The barnacle has a place to live on the whale and is able to live there without affecting the whale in any positive or negative way.
Mutualism is an interaction between two organisms where they both benefit. An example of this within an aquatic system would be a crocodile and a plover bird. The plover bird picks bits of food from the croc's teeth. The bird benefits from getting something to eat, where the croc benefits from having a clean mouth.
Competition is an interaction between two organisms where they compete for the same limited resource, which results in both organisms being negatively affected. An example of this in an aquatic system would be two sharks both competing for the same food source.
Predation is when one organism eats or hunts another organism, resulting in the predator being affected positively and the prey being affected negatively. An example of this in the aquatic system would be a shark hunting fish to eat.
Parasitism is an interaction between two organisms where one benefits and the other is negatively affected. An example of this in an aquatic system would be a leech. Leeches attach themselves onto other organisms, such as humans, and feed off of their blood, affecting the leeches positively and the other organism negatively.
An example of energy flow in an aquatic system is one in an ocean. In the ocean, the food chain begins with tiny one-celled organisms called diatoms. Diatoms make their own food from sunlight. Shrimp-like creatures then eat these diatoms. These shrimp-like creatures are then eaten by small fish. The small fish are then eaten by slightly bigger fish such as mackerel. Those fish are then eaten by even bigger fish like tuna, who are eventually consumed by large organisms like sharks.
Abiotic factors are things that are physical rather than biological. In aquatic systems, factors such as salt concentration and temperature are important.
In a marine ecosystem, the salt concentration is very high, usually around 35 parts per thousand.
In freshwater ecosystems, the salt concentration is much lower than that of a marine area, usually less than 0.5 parts per thousand.
Another abiotic factor is temperature. In freshwater ecosystems, like ponds and lakes, the temperature varies seasonally. In the summer, it is about 4 degrees Celsius near the bottom and 22 degrees Celsius at the top. In the winter, the bottom is about 4 degrees Celsius and the top is 0 degrees because it is ice.
In marine ecosystems, like the deep oceans, the temperatures are very cold, around 3 degrees Celsius.
Aquatic systems can be found all around the world, covering 75% of the Earth's surface.
Fun facts!
94% of all life on Earth is aquatic. Coral is actually an animal, not a plant.
What more are you looking for under the sea? Under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter.